164 BC Judas Maccabeus recaptures Jerusalem and rededicates the Second Temple during the Maccabean Revolt, commemorated since as the Jewish festival of Hanukkah. 235 St Anterus begins his reign as Catholic Pope, will only rule for 40 days. 533 The Institutes published an official textbook of Roman law, part of Roman Emperor Justinian's program of legal reforms. 695 Pope Sergius names Willibrord as Archbishop Clemens of Friezen. In 1317 Frederik of Sierck becomes Bishop of Utrecht. In 1492 the Caravel Pinter, commanded by Martín Alonso Pinzón, separates from Christopher Columbus's fleet off the coast of Cuba to search for treasure on its own. In 1654 Richard Johnson, a free black, granted 550 acres in Virginia. In 1696 J Vanbrughe relapse or virtue in danger premieres in London. In 1759 battle at Maxen, Prussian army surrenders to Austrians. In 1783 Jean-François Piltry de Rozier and Marquis d'Arlands make first manned free balloon flight in a Montgolfier balloon. Jackson admitted to the bar 1787 future US President Andrew Jackson admitted to the bar age 20. In 1789 North Carolina ratifies Constitution, becomes 12th U.S. state. In 1794 Honolulu Harbor discovered. Napoleon Bans British Trade. 1806 The Continental System is declared in the Decree of Berlin by French Emperor Napoleon I to ban all trade with the British Empire. In 1813 Stettin surrenders to Allied armies. In 1817 U.S. soldiers attack Miccosukee Tribe village of Foultown, Georgia, beginning what becomes known as the First Seminole War. Jewish rights in Europe. 1818 Russia's Tsar Alexander I has his delegation submit a petition to the Congress of Aix-la-Chapelle calling for greater civil rights for Jews in Europe, an effort driven by English activist Louis Way. In 1824 First Jewish Reform Congregation forms, Charleston, South Carolina. In 1831 Giacomo Meyerbeer's opera Robert le Diable Robert the Devil premieres at the Paris Opéra. In 1834 HMS Beagle anchors at Bay of San Carlos, Chile. In 1847 steamer Phoenix is lost on Lake Michigan, kills 200. In 1848 Alfred de Musset's André del Sarto premieres in Paris. In 1848 Cincinnati Turngemeinde founded. In 1849 Friedrich Hebbel's play Der Rubin premieres in Vienna. In 1852 Duke University founded. In 1838 as Union Institute, chartered as Normal College. In 1864 two-day battle at Griswoldville, Georgia begins. In 1865 Shu University forms in Raleigh NC. In 1871 Moses F Gale patents a cigar lighter in YC. In 1876 skirmish between HM Stanley's expedition natives. First surviving motion picture. 1890 Edison Lab records the first surviving motion picture, Monkeyshines No. 1, shot by William Kennedy Laurie Dixon and William Hayes. Dates disputed between June 1889 and November 21-27, 1890. In 1901 Richard Strauss opera Fused Not premieres in Dresden. 1902 First night football game, Philadelphia Athletics beats Kanaweola AC, 39-0. In 1902 baseball Philadelphia Athletics Phillies form pro football teams, joining Pitt Stars in first attempt at a National Football League. In 1902 the Canadian government appoints a commission to consider revising, classifying, and consolidating the many public statutes passed over the years. In 1905 first match ever played in the Australian National Tennis Championships. Theory of Relativity. 1905 Physics journal Annalen der Physik publishes Albert Einstein's paper Does the inertia of a body depend upon its energy content? His general theory of relativity introduces the equation EMC. In 1906 China prohibits the opium trade. In 1914 Billy Mallett of Hamilton Tigers kicks 9 singles in a game. In 1914 British Army conquers Basra. In 1916 HMHS Britannic sinks in the Aegean Sea after a mine explodes, killing 30 people. 1918 2 German ammunition trains explode in Hamont, Belgium. 1,750 die. In 1918 Polish soldiers organize a pogrom against Jews of Galicia, Poland. In 1918, the German high seas fleet of 5 battlecruisers, 9 battleships, 7 cruisers and 49 destroyers surrendered to the British Grand Fleet and were shepherded into the Firth of Forth. Palazzo di Accersio massacre 1920 fascist black shirts attack the inauguration of the Socialist City Council in Bologna, leaving 11 dead in the Palazzo di Accersio massacre and sparking the rise of violent squadrismo militias. In 1921, the trial of the accused of the Bulhoek massacre commences in South Africa. In 1922, Rebecca L. Feltenegger sworn in as first female U.S. Senator. 1. Soviet contract cancelled. 1924, British Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin cancels Labour contract with USSR. In 1925, Red Grange plays his final University of Illinois game and signs with the Chicago Bears. Frankenstein 1931 horror film Frankenstein is released, starring Boris Karloff as the monster, directed by James Whale, and based on Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus. 1933 First U.S. Ambassador to USSR, W.C. Bullitt, begins service. 1934 Juve returns from skiffle in London-Melbourne air race. In 1934, NY Yankees buy Joe DiMaggio from SF Seals Pacific Coast League. In 1935, Jean Giraudoux play La Guerre de Troie en Aura past Lou the Trojan War will not take place. Premieres at TH Treacher L at NEU in Paris. In 1937, Australian endurance athlete Tom Morris sets a world record by skipping rope 22,806 times in a single session. Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony 1937 Dmitri Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony premieres in Leningrad. The ovation lasts for over an hour. In 1938, Belgian King Leopold Roman III, King of the Belgians, begins 3-day visit to Netherlands. In 1938, Nazi forces occupy Western Czechoslovakia and declare inhabitants to be German citizens. In 1940, Nazi occupiers forbid building schools in Netherlands. In 1940, German troops occupy Rostov-on-Don, southern Russia. Hitler appoints Manstein 1940 to Adolf Hitler names field.